Hello, welcome to Frosh Softball Screencasts. I'm your host, Coach Bob the Tomato. Episode number 4, Force or Tag? Let's discuss the difference between a force play and a tag play. According to Section 24, Article 1 of the National Federation of High Schools Rulebook for Softball, a force play is a play in which a runner, or two or three runners, loses the right to the base occupied and is forced to advance because the batter becomes a batter runner. When there's nobody on base, the only one who's going to run is the batter. Once the batter hits that ball, she then becomes a runner. And that run to first base is always a force at first. So now the batter's at first base. Is the play at second going to be a force play? Well, that depends. Is anybody forcing her to run? The third base coach over here could have called a play where the batter is told not to swing and the runner at first is told to steal. If that's the case, then the play at second base is not a force because there is nobody behind that runner pushing her off her base. If the batter had actually hit the ball, she then becomes a runner, which then will force the player at first base to run to second base. That makes second base a force play. The fielders receiving the ball do not have to actually tag the runner with the ball. They can simply step on the bag once they've gained the ball in their possession, and the runner's automatically out at second base. That's how double plays are made. You step on second base, that runner's out even though they're nowhere near the base, and then the fielders throw to first base and try to get that second out with the batter coming down the baseline. So let's see what happens in another scenario. Let's say the runner's already at second base and first base is empty. No outs. The batter hits the ball in this general direction. The runner at second will freeze for momentarily, waiting to see if the shortstop is going to make the throw to first or if the shortstop's going to try to tag her out. Should the runner at second decide to take off for third, and the shortstop is making the throw to third, that becomes a tag play. Whoever's covering third base, usually the third baseman, must tag this runner with either the ball in their glove or the ball itself. That is not a force play. It has to be a tag play. Stepping on the base makes no difference. The ball must be between the runner and the base. So let's look at another force play scenario. We have bases loaded. Runners on all the bases. Batter hits a grounder to the second baseman. All the runners must go. The batter has hit the ball on the ground, which forces the batter to become a runner going to first base. The runner at first base has to go to second. The runner already at second has to go to third, and the runner already at third has to go home. Every one of these positions, every one of these bases, all four of them, are now force plays. So what we generally try to do is we'll try to throw the ball in to get the girl coming home, and then we'll throw back to first, a play that we call a 41. Now with a slight variation on that, bases are loaded again, no outs. This time, the batter hits a fly ball, which is caught for an out. So the batter became a runner when she hit that ball, but suddenly, with the right fielder having caught the ball, the batter is out. The rest of these girls do not have to proceed. If they choose to proceed once that ball is caught, let's say the third baseman is going to steal home, and the right fielder is making a long throw home to try to keep that from happening, this catcher has got to tag the third baseman because nobody is forcing the runners to move forward. That becomes a tag play. A catcher having their foot on the base makes no difference at this point. Same with the runner leaving second trying to steal third. The runner at first is not moving. It's not forcing them. And even if the runner at first does move, it's still not a force at second or third because the runner at first has not been forced to move by the batter. That runner at first could just simply turn around and go right back to first base. In fact, all of these runners could, if they wanted to, just turn around and go back to the base they came from, and all sorts of fun things happen on the field. So again, a force play is only a force play if the batter becomes a runner due to the hit. If the batter hits a ground ball, the batter must run to first. If there's anybody on first base already, that runner must run to second, and so on. Those are forces. Throw the ball to second, runner's out without tagging them. If there's any gap in between the bases, then it's not a force.